Hi guys, Mitchell Dale from RLW TV, joined by Martin Lenehan. Leno, another black eye for the NRL over the weekend with Todd Carney being sacked by the Sharks yesterday over that lewd photograph. Surely you would think that this is the end of the road for Todd.
I think so, mate. At 28 and now having had this happen at 3 clubs, it's hard to imagine that the NRL would let him pop up again. Look, hard to believe. I was sent this photo on Sunday morning, and you have to shake your head at this bloke. It's just incredible that he's had so many chances. Cronulla took a punt on him, and coming on top of such a brilliant performance on Friday night, it's just you can't believe that Todd has done this again. I think Cronulla have done exactly what they had to do. The NRL have backed them up on this. And yeah, I'd have to say it's the end of the line.
Yeah, and you say coming on the back of a good game on Friday, but it's also coming on top of a terrible year for the Sharks. This is the last thing that they need. All of the ASADA stuff, and they're still searching for a major sponsor.
Soap opera, yeah, at Cronulla, it's been incredible. Paul Gallen, Peter Sharp, ASADA, Bo Ryan having to retire. The last thing they needed, really. I mean, a lot of people talk about this team being relocated. I don't think anybody in Perth would want them, would they? It's a real dramatic situation there. As I said, they've been very firm on this, very strong on Todd Carney. He's got nowhere to go. I don't think he can even go and play overseas now with visa issues, I would have thought. No,
I don't think he can. I mean, some of the Super League clubs, Mo and Kukash at Salford's already said they're not interested, but I think even if they were, I think those visa issues that he's had in the past mean that there's no chance of going to Super League or French Rugby or anywhere over there for that matter.
Yeah, well, French Rugby's always the great bailout, isn't it, for these guys? But I think the NRL, if he even tried to get another club, would have to act very quickly. He's been deregistered before. I just don't think they can keep taking a chance on him. You just have to wonder about the mindset of Todd Carney now, where he goes. I mean, I think they'll try and look after him in terms of welfare, but he's just had so many chances, this guy. What about the person that took the photo? That's another whole story. Let's not go there. It's just... It's disgusting. The league had to act very quickly on this. Terrible for the image of the game. And I'm sorry, but they've done the right thing. He had to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, surely the NRL will deregister him for the rest of this year. If they did allow him to play again, is there any club? I mean, 5'8", most clubs are pretty well stocked for 5'8". Is there any club that would touch him?
Melbourne, I think, is the only one that, in terms of needing... I just can't imagine, though, their culture, wanting a guy like Todd Carney. You look along the line as these clubs have taken a chance. The Roosters did, and he had an amazing season in 2010, won the Dally M. But every time he gets to the top, he seems to be very capable of cutting himself back down again. So I couldn't see a club like the Storm really wanting to take a gamble, particularly as you get on in years as well at 28. So I think it's the end.
That's right. I mean, there are very few clubs. They are on the lookout for a 5'8". We probably should say they haven't said that they would even consider him at this stage. The other club that is on the lookout for a 5'8" would be the Cowboys, and of course he did go up to Atherton up there in North Queensland in 2009 and did turn his life around for a while at least. Again, I just don't think that any club would go near him.
I couldn't see JT wanting his club to take a risk on him. I mean, he would pull a lot of the strings up there. Jonathan Thurston have a lot of say in it. Can't imagine he'd want Todd Carney in his team. So yeah, it looks like it's all over for him this time.
Yeah, and from one bad boy to another, of course, Blake Ferguson, the Roosters. We thought that this would probably happen. They will try and see if they can sneak him in today. Of course, it is the June 30 deadline today. They are going to, it looks like, try and register him for the remainder of 2014.
Yeah, look, they gave him a job, which was very good of them. We all knew this was what it was leading to. It's probably come around a bit quicker than a few people thought it would if they had to get him on the field this year. Obviously, had to be June 30, so... Look, it hasn't happened on a very good weekend for Blake with Todd Carney, being sacked amid all this drama. So, geez, I'll tell you what, the NRL would have to look very carefully at this today if they are to allow Blake Ferguson back into the game. Yeah,
look, absolutely rotten timing for the Roosters and for Blake Ferguson. Yeah, look, we do think it's probably the end of the line for Todd Carney. Whether or not Blake Ferguson can sneak in and resurrect his career starting from this year, we'll wait and see.